Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from Group 3, represent about comparison administration system between Brunei and Singapore. We have 6 group member: Nur Ain Syuhaida binti Ahmad Husaini, Nur Najib binti Syahari, Nur Hayani binti Muhammad Azhar, Nur Syahida binti Muhammad Zaki, Nur Akilah binti Azizul, and Salma binti Mat Hussein. Okay, for the first, I will present about background, socio-economy, and international association in Brunei. For background, Brunei is a constitutional monarchy where a king or sultan is a leader and most powerful in the country. For now, Sultan Hassanah Bolkiah as a sultan, Yang di-Pertuan and Prime Minister of Brunei. The capital of Brunei is Bandar Seri Begawan. The majority of community in Brunei is Malay, which is 67.4% of population in 2021. It is 440,750 and followed by Chinese and others. For social economy, first, an increase of life expectancy Brunei. The Ministry of Youth, Culture and Sport of Brunei said that an increase of life expectancy for male and female were male 67 to 72 and for female 72 to 76. Also, mortality rate decreased from 2021 to 2022. Second, Brunei completely dependent on the exploitation of petroleum where natural gas reserve. As we know that Brunei will of oil resources. In 2021, economic growth with increase of GDP from industry and gas, so this can improve the economy of Brunei. Third, an increase of export than import. Brunei has more import than export. Brunei export oil to the country like Indonesia, Singapore, Vietnam, and Australia. This can make the GDP of country increase. For international association, so January 1984, Brunei joined ASEAN. ASEAN is a combination of Southeast Asia country and ASEAN will make the relationship between country are more strength. Second, 1982, Brunei is a member of APEC. APEC is involved Asia Pacific country and focus on economy and trade. And the last 15 January 2019, Brunei joined OIC. OIC is involved Islamic country. So that's all from me. I pass to next presenter.
My name is Hayani binti Muhammad Azhar, number matric 278482. So I will continue this presentation with the background of Singapore. In 1963, we all know that Singapore decided to be the part of Malaysia to get the independence from British, and that time their Prime Minister is Lee Kuan Yew from People Action Party, and the President is Yusof Ishak. But the merger of this country got a lot of resistance from other countries, especially Indonesia. Indonesia also create the propaganda which named by Ganyang Malaysia. Then Singapore decided to step out from Malaysia due to the security threats. In 1965, they established the Republic of Singapore and built their own country. Then we move to the social economy. This country has 5 million people, and it seems like a small number for us, but for them this number are considered as the high population due to the demographic issue. It also have a lot of languages like our country, but their official language is Mandarin, and they don't have any official religion, but the highest adherents in Singapore are Buddhism. Then about the economy, Singapore driven their economy by the export activity. They export electronic machinery since it was the busiest cargo seaport in the world due to the strategic location. Financial services that they provide and tourists also contribute to their economy development. As a result, their GDP per capita always increased except for the 2020 due to the pandemic of COVID-19. And the last one is international association. We know that Singapore also one of the founder of ASEAN with Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia and the Philippines. So This country served as the country coordinator between ASEAN with European Union. Then they decided to join non-agreement movement in 1967, and they also voiced out about concern and mutual interest issues in Azerbaijan. And the last one is they be the part of APEC in 1989. So they use this platform in promote trade and investment liberalization and to deepening their economy integration to the world.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Salma Hussein 278876. Now I would like to continue the presentation about administrative system in Brunei. The administrative system in Brunei can be looked by three aspects, namely politics, social, and economy. First, I would like to touch about politics aspect in Brunei. As we know that polity administration system in Brunei is more likely to be implemented by the Sultan as the head of country and government, and absolutely monarchy, in bracket we call as Prime Minister of Brunei. Brunei has owned their philosophy, which is Malay Islam Beraja, MEI, or Malay we call as Malay Islamic Monarchy. Moving to second aspect is social. Social administrative in Brunei is depend on oil and gas resources, but the majority of society still have not enough job opportunity and it's bring the social problems. Hence, Brunei government has implemented a few of action or strategies to curb these problems, namely create a local business development towards community to increase their business and give Brunei Malay the chance to become industry leaders by enhancing their competitiveness. Last but not least is economy aspect. The same goes to economic system of Brunei, which is depend on oil and gas industry, and the majority of export income and tax revenue for the government. Hence, Brunei has implemented a few strategies by increasing investment in public health system and intensifying digital transformation. Not only that, they are also enhancing fiscal space by expanding the revenue base and increasing spending efficiency and advancing structural reform.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. So today I will explain about administrative system in Singapore. Okay, first I will explain about political. Okay, political administration system in Singapore is a democratic parliamentary system, and then meaning that Parliament of Singapore hold the highest power in the administration of the country and is accountable to the people of Singapore. And then Singapore Prime Minister is the head of the Singapore government and the head of government accountable to Parliament. In Singapore, they have three types of members in Parliament, which is elected, non-constituency, nominated members. And the political administration system in Singapore also has several important institutions, including High Court, the Civil Court, and the Subordinate Court. Okay, so now we continue with economy. Singapore Economic Administration System regulates and manage all aspects of the country economy, including economic growth, trade, investment. So to achieve this, the Singapore government has taken important steps, including providing a suitable business environment to promote um, healthy economic growth. So this includes maintaining a low level of cost of living, maintaining a high level of business facility, and providing high quality infrastructure. And then social, the social administration system in Singapore refer to the way in which the Singapore government regulates and manage social issues related to its people. So, Singapore has a progressive social administration system that aims to provide all Singaporeans with a balanced and equitable standard of living. So to achieve this, um, the Singapore government has taken important steps to improve the standard of living of its people. And the move by the Singapore government is to empower Singaporeans through better job opportunities and education. And then they provide high quality health service to Singaporeans through a high quality medical system and providing affordable and comfortable housing to the people. And then I want to add on about the politics. The majority members of parliament are elected through general election, which will be held every 5 years, which will be represented as single members constituency or group representations constituencies. And then these MPS then form a political party that represented the opinions and interests. So these political parties contest election to gain the support of the people and gain the most seat in parliament. So when a political party wins the most seat in parliament, the Prime Minister of Singapore is elected from among its members, and his cabinet is made up of members of the same party. And then the most dominant party in Singapore is the People Action Party. So, in addition, about the social, providing high quality job opportunities for Singaporeans through investment in responsible and profit making sector and providing high quality financial service to Singaporeans through a stable and relevant financial system. And then they manage trade with other countries in a fair and equitable manner, as well as promote healthy free trade. So the economic traditional the economic administration system in Singapore aim to ensure that all Singaporeans benefit for healthy and stable economic growth and help them improve their standard of living. So that's all from me.
For the similarities, we found three aspects, which is high population life expectancy and low infant mortality rate, economic growth and social system. For the population life expectancy, both countries have high life expectancy. For example, the data shows that life expectancy of men and women in Brunei increased from 62 years to 76 years, while for Singapore, their people can survive until 81 to 85 years. This is because both countries practicing a healthy lifestyle so that they can live more longer and achieve their goals. The second one is economic growth, where both countries have strong economy through export activities. As we know, Brunei being the third largest oil producer in Southeast Asia because Brunei is a rich nation of petroleum and natural gas. For the Singapore, they involved in export activities through manufacturing electronic, chemical, biomedical science, logistics and transportation and engineering. And the last one is same in social system where they concern about their people welfare. Both countries providing financial assistance such as education, housing and health assistance. And they also provide high quality social services like child care services, care for old people and disabled, and patient care services.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Najat binti Syari and my matrix number is 277792. So today I will present about differences between Brunei and Singapore. First of all, about system of government. For Brunei, establishing a government based on absolute monarchy, often known as a sultan, which is a form of government in which a sultan serves both the head of state and the head of government. For the Singapore, the form of government in Singapore is known as a constitutional republic, and the president of the country acts as the head of state, while the head of the government is headed by the prime minister. Next, differences about educational system. For Brunei, the Brunei government has focused on three aspects of education, which are the implementation of a dual language system. Secondly, about the introduction of the concept of Malay Islam monarchy into the curriculum, and thirdly, about development of human resources, which are focuses on vocational and technical education. So to make it easier, Brunei educational system is mostly similar to that of Malaysia educational system. The curriculum includes religious education, the Malay language, and also about common subjects like mathematics, physics, economy, and so on. All individuals must have access to quality education, and also the cost spent should be affordable. Meanwhile, the educational system of Singapore is based on the concept that each student is an individual with their own set of skill and passion, and this concept guides the development of the curriculum. And also Singapore approach to encourage kids or student potential is flexible, and the curriculum taught at many educational system institution within Singapore is separated into several broad and global scope. In Singapore, also the cost of education is selected depending on the people's capability, and to add to scholarship for needy students. For language, Brunei educational system is multi-language, and but all Singaporean schools use English as their official language. And that's all for me. Thank you.